So on first week of January, when I saw news on TV that people were dying of cold, it was terribly cold. It started snowing in regions of Gorkha, and people living in temporary shelter. I could not even imagine myself there, because me sitting in my room watching news at that time with a heater and a blanket, I was still feeling cold. So I could not even put myself in their shoe, that how cold it must be in a temporary shelter without warm clothes, warm blankets, like good food to eat. So then is when we decided that, we should put our helping hands, we should get together and help them with whatever possible. We did a research on where all we can help. Like when the snowfall started, it had already been 2-3 days. So what we decided was we should focus on areas where there's no road access, because usually people go to places where there's road access, and those people have enough abundant relief. We decided to help two remote villages, Uya and Kashika. By no road access, I mean the daily supplies are transported through mules. So people have to walk for 5-6 hours to reach the village. The earthquake made it more worse because there was landslide and the roads got even more damaged. We decided to help this village, Uya, which has a population of more than 1,000 households. So we had to transport our relief materials on mules. So it took more than 130 mules to transport this. So the main constraint was we had time constraint because it was an urgency situation. So we had to reach these relief materials there in a short period of span. So to reach the Uya village, it took the mules more than 6 hours, and we had to reach before the mules so that we could set it up. We left the village Kashika and we left for Uya at in the morning at 5 a.m. and then we reached at 12 and 1. The villagers were waiting there since 10 o'clock, and since the road was a really difficult one to walk in, it was mountainous, as well as it was life-threatening because at one side we were just walking on cliffs and there was river flowing below, so it was really life-threatening. So it took us like more than 7 hours to reach the village. We reached Stoti. That was our distribution point. Yeah, so when we were there, people were already there, excited, waiting for the relief materials, and then we started the distribution process. And when we did our distribution, we distributed warm blankets, socks, and molasses. We chose to distribute molasses because it gives you instant heat in the body. In the village, when we distributed molasses, since it's such a remote village, people actually hadn't seen molasses. They thought that it was, soap. So that was like really surprising, and it was really sad. And then we had to explain to people that this is actually, you have to break it up and then eat it, and it'll give you instant heat. One of the ladies in the village, when I was distributing, she told me that when people go abroad from their villages, they get such blankets. So she had not seen such blankets or own such blankets in their house. So they were like really very happy to have got such blankets. And also we handed out the blankets and the relief materials to the villagers personally. So it was really tiring. But at the same time, when we saw the look on the people's faces, because we were distributing it individually, so each people's faces, like the look on their face and how happy they were. And one of the person told me that tonight I'm gonna get the best sleep of my life, it's gonna be so warm tonight and I'm gonna sleep peacefully. And also finally, when we completed this project, we were very happy and satisfied that we were able to distribute the relief materials in such a short span of time.